Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a very specific number. And no, it's not $1 million. But hitting this one number could be the single most important tipping point in your entire financial life. You know that feeling, right? That little knot in your stomach when you're about to check your bank balance? Well, what if there was one number, just one tipping point that could totally flip that feeling from anxiety to, well, control? That's what we're digging into today. So many financial gurus, they get hung up on these huge, almost crazy numbers, like becoming a millionaire. But honestly, they're missing a much earlier, and I think way more important milestone that really sets the stage for everything that comes after. And that number is $20,000. This right here is the first big threshold that completely changes how you relate to money. I'm telling you, once you cross this line, the whole game changes. See, before you hit this number, building wealth just feels like you're pushing a giant boulder up a really steep hill. You're straining, you're not making much progress, and man, it is exhausting. It all comes down to the psychology of scarcity. When you have very little or even no savings, your brain is stuck in what psychologists call survival mode. It's kind of like trying to plan your dream vacation while your house is literally on fire. Your mind is just too busy putting out all these immediate threats to even think about long-term growth. And this is a huge fundamental shift in how you think. I mean, look at this. On one side, you're just on a treadmill, running as fast as you can to stay in the same place. On the other, you're actually nurturing your future. You go from being reactive to finally having the space to strategize and plan. And this isn't just a feeling, you know? There's data to back this up. Research from Vanguard found that having just $2,000 in savings boosts your feeling of financial well-being by over 20%. But look at what happens as you get closer to 20,000. That feeling of security takes another massive leap. It's not just a number, it's the mental breathing room you desperately need to think clearly. Okay, let's dive into this because this is where everything starts to speed up. This is the moment where the map of building wealth finally starts working for you instead of against you. Let's be real, in the early days, investing can feel a little underwhelming. You put in all this work to save, you invest it, and the returns are fine, I guess, but they're not exactly changing your life. It's so easy to get discouraged at this point. Remember that 10% return on $2,000? Just $200? Nice, but eh. But a 10% return on $20,000? That's $2,000. Now we're talking. That is real, tangible money that just shows up in your account. And it's the very first time you truly feel your money working for you. And this is that compounding snowball in action. Just look at the timeline. Getting to your first 20 grand is the hardest part. It's a grind. But then the next 20 grand comes 2 months faster. And then, once your portfolio gets bigger, that same $20,000 gain can happen in just 5 months. Your money starts doing all the heavy lifting. So crossing this line doesn't just change your bank statement. It fundamentally rewires your brain, your identity, and really your whole approach to life. By saving this money, you build the single most important financial habit there is, discipline. You prove to yourself, hey, I can do this. I'm in control. And then your whole mindset shifts. You stop worrying about a $4 coffee and you start focusing your energy on the big things that actually move the needle. Which brings us to a concept that I absolutely love. It's called walking away money. This is the secret superpower you get at work. It's the freedom to negotiate from a place of strength, not desperation. Think about it. Because you're not terrified of getting fired, you just start acting differently. You ask for that raise you know you deserve. You push back on crazy demands. And that confidence, it gets you noticed. It leads to better opportunities, more income, and it creates this incredible positive feedback loop. You've probably heard this saying before, right? Money goes to money. And it can sound like some kind of cosmic conspiracy, but it's not. It's just that having money gives you options. It gives you the mental space to see opportunities, like a friend starting a business or a cool real estate deal that were totally invisible to you when you were stuck in survival mode. Okay, let's get to the final section, and this is so important. We're going to talk about how to protect this incredible momentum you've built, because this is where so many people make a critical mistake. So you've been disciplined, you've worked your tail off, and you feel like you've earned a reward. Maybe a new car, a huge vacation. But here's the trap. Treating this money like it's the finish line instead of the starting block is the fastest way to destroy all of your progress. The mindset shift here is profound. Instead of asking, can I afford the monthly payment?
You start asking about the opportunity cost. That car isn't just a car. It's a future where you could have hundreds of thousands of dollars working for you. One choice actively destroys your wealth, and the other one actively builds it. It's that simple.
This becomes the strategic question you start asking about every big purchase. You filter your decisions through the lens of your long-term freedom, not just what feels good right now. And let's be super clear, this is not about being cheap. It's not about never enjoying your life. It's the exact opposite. It's about being ruthlessly intentional with your money so it goes toward the things you truly want, not the stuff that just kind of slips through your fingers. When it all comes down to it, that first $20,000 isn't just money. It's the dividing line. It's the line between reacting to life as it happens to you and finally proactively designing the life you actually want to live. It's the beginning of your freedom. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?